Hello, anybody who's watching this video. I know it's hard, I know that you can't sleep, that it's hard to wake up. You just want to go in your bed all day, just cry. But if you're doing these things, you're never going to move on. You're never going to heal. Because for me, my girlfriend just broke up with me for about 2 weeks ago. And I almost took my life because I didn't know what to do. And ever since that day, I haven't stopped dreaming about her. But, like this morning, I woke up and I dreamt that we got back together, and I was so happy. I was so relieved, and I realized that it was all a dream. Instead of just mourning and just crying, I got up and got about my day because I knew I couldn't change anything about it. The biggest mistake when you just have a breakup is keeping them in contact, is keeping them on your phone. It's because, you gotta remove them from your life, I'm not saying like completely, but I'm saying like, you just gotta remove those openings of where you have temptation to text them, or have that temptation to just text them or stalk them or where they are, because when you do, you're always going back to that square one of, getting out of that breakup, and that's not what you want to do. Because I know that you're thinking about, but what if they text me, what if they reach out to me and say, I want to get back together? I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I don't think they are. I don't think they are. You have to let go now. You have got to let go. So, stop checking the phone. Remove them from social media. Delete social media. Because it's ruining how you think. And all you can think about is having the temptation to stalk them. Because the more you stalk them, the more you're going back to that person where you just broke up and you're just hurting more. Because I know it's like their mind thinking about it. All your mind is thinking about, where is she right now? Where are they right now? But the more you give up to that temptation, the more you're giving yourself that pleasure that often hurts you in the long run. Because you're overthinking now. You're overthinking about, where is she? Like, why is she for her boys right now? That you're overthinking now, and that puts you right back where you don't want to be. Okay. I know you want them to text you. I know you want to check where they are, but you have to let go. Okay? You know it's bad for you. You know that you shouldn't be stalking them like this. Then why are you doing it? For pleasure? No, because you know you're gonna hurt yourself though. You know you're hurting yourself. You have got to let go. I know you're trying. But if you haven't done this thing yet, then you aren't truly trying, okay? Next, you gotta not simply remove them from your life, but replace them, And I'm not saying this by, replace them by drinking, by doing alcohol, by quick hookups, adding every girl on Snapchat and saying, hey, do you want to link? That's not what you want to do, That's not what you want to do. That's basically saying, oh, I'm gonna put a band-aid on it, put a band-aid on my heart for the night. I'm gonna put a band-aid on that void in my heart for the night. And then, for the day. And then when you get back home, when you're all alone, that band-aid comes off. And what? You're hurting, you can't sleep because you miss them so much. That's how I know how it feels. But instead, this is what you have to do, You gotta replace, because the reason why it hurt so bad is because she was a part of your routine. She was part of what you did every day, what you look forward to doing every day. Like she was your motivation. And now you gotta find other things, You gotta find ways to, replace that. Let's say you guys stopped on coffee now. night now. Listen to stories online, listen to online sermons, because these benefit you, these help you, but they know they don't hurt you, because they help you sleep, they help you learn, help you educate you, Or let's say you guys always, I don't know, you guys always went on coffee dates every Friday morning, let's say something like that, Now, when you wake up on a Friday morning, write 3 things on your piece of paper in your notes app, 3 things like why you're grateful, what do you want to do today, what's your dream, Try about it, Or if you guys always meet up at a certain time, now meet up with a counselor, meet up with a therapist, talk about these things, because these are things that help you. They're not, because what you're doing, the difference between removing and replacing is that you're trying to help yourself, you're not trying to replace these things with things that will hurt you in the long run, because that's not good for you, okay? Next, you gotta grow, man. You can't stay where you are right now, You can't stay mourning for this one girl, this one person, for your whole life. Because if the longer you're waiting for that message, the longer you're wasting your life waiting for that one message that'll never come. I know it's sad. I know you're depressed. I know it hurts. I know you're stressed, but nobody out there cares. Nobody cares. You just gotta keep living. No one's gonna make you feel better. No one's gonna make you feel better instantly. You just gotta keep going. And that's the thing about life. You just gotta keep going, no matter how hard it gets. Okay. Oh, now it's time for you to grow. It's time for you to get out of the hole that you dug yourself out of. That you dug yourself in. Grow out of it. And the thing, like let's say you can go to the gym. Now go to the gym. Go to the gym. Listen to what they say. Maybe follow your dreams. If you want to start that business, you always want to start it now. No more procrastinating. Just do it. Stop saying, "Oh, but I always have tomorrow." No, maybe what if you don't? Okay, what if you don't? Keep going. Do it now. See the homework assignment that's due next week. Do it now. Do it now. Keep yourself busy. Because the more you keep yourself open to, to stalking, the more you keep yourself open to just looking at your photos back in the day. That's how you reset your progress from moving on to going back to square one. And when you grow yourself, you don't need to post your story every day. You don't need to post your story saying, "Oh, I hit 400 PR bench." You don't need to say that. You don't need to say, "I went to the church today." You don't need to say that. Because I promise you, they'll notice. They'll see you growing. They'll see you growing throughout them, and I promise they'll come back to you. They'll text you and saying, "Hey, how you doing?" But you're already so far ahead, it doesn't even matter. You're already moving on so far, it doesn't even matter, You're working on yourself, you're happier. You won't even look back, you're not even gonna look back. You're gonna look back and say, what made me even watch you in the first place, And that's the mindset you want. You wanna focus on moving on, growing, and not looking back. Maybe if she changed, you guys can always get back together, You can always make it work. But don't look back, if she hasn't changed, don't look back in the past and say what made you truly want her, Stop looking on the bright side sometimes, Start looking at the bad side, Write down 3 things on the bad side, Write down 3 things that she did to wrong you, I know it sounds like corny, but just do it. Think of 3 things: how she made you cry at night, how she made you, hurt, how she made your heart drop, because of things that you found out, things that she did, right in front of you, These simple things, they help you a lot. They help you realize why you need to move on. Because God didn't put you on this earth to mourn over a girl. Your mom didn't push you out of her stomach just to get over a girl. Spend your life getting over a girl, Because you have to move on. She doesn't care. People don't care, Stop putting that sad face on your face for attention, Stop trying, even if you aren't, maybe you're just too sad to do anything, Put in the positive mood, be happy. I don't care, you know. No one cares how sad you are. Nobody cares. You know, I come to school, I just want to cry all day. I just want to, you know, just go back home and just cry and wait for that day to be over. But I try to make people laugh, because that's what I do. I try putting a smile on everyone's face. I try just laughing at them, knowing that everything's okay, because I have that positive mood. I don't want people knowing I'm sad, you know, because that just makes you worse. That makes you realize how much power she has over you, how much what she can do to you. That can make you sad instantly, and knowing that you're, you know. So put that smile on your face. You know, stop. Even if you have to act it, you know, put that smile on your face. Keep trying. You know. Stop giving up to your temptation. Stop giving up to that sadness. You know, because what's that doing for you? What is that doing for you? You're always going back to who you were. Okay. Stop mourning over here. Okay. Focus on yourself right now. Don't even look back. Don't even delete every photo. I don't care. You know, I know you'll never get it back one day, but don't just delete it. I'm sorry, man. This shows change. This shows growth. This shows that you're letting go. You know, because I still miss her. You know, I still have that thing in my heart that beats for her. Because I still love her. I would never hurt her. But sometimes you have to let them go. You have to let that void in your heart fill itself up by doing things that you need to do, that you know you need to do. Okay? Because one day I'll forget about her. I'll forget about even wanting her in the first place. And I know that because I'm working on myself. I'm going to the gym. I'm reading the Bible every day. I'm praying to God. I'm working on my homework. I'm working on my business. I'm working on, you know, these YouTube videos because they make me happy, because this is what I want to do. This is my dream. You know? And you just gotta keep trying for that, because no one's gonna text you randomly on Monday morning saying, hey, I know what, you know, no one's gonna text you that. You just gotta put a smile on the face, keep the positive mood, man. Keep going. Okay, right now it's like 4 a.m. in the morning, but you know, thank you. You know, good luck. I know it's hard. I know you feel like giving up, but you can't. You're so far ahead. You're so far. Don't look back. Keep going. Good luck.